afternoon. How are you all today? I'm Beth Copeland with Georgia Christian Business Network, and we are putting God back in business. I am so excited this morning. I've had an opportunity to be in the presence of my dear friend behind the scenes, to have prayer, to catch up quickly, to join the Book Academy, and I'll give you that opportunity as well. God is so good today, and I want to thank you guys for joining us, those that are always so supportive over on Facebook Live. We sincerely appreciate your being there. I want to invite those that would join us over here on Zoom today to come join us as well. I'm so excited about what God is going to do today, how he's going to use our guests. She's familiar with the Georgia Christian Business Network platform. She's been here before, and I'm hoping that there'll be more and more opportunities to come, because she has some great opportunities today to give us some awesome insight in how to go to the next level in our business. You know what? The word this year for GCBN is elevation. And I am so excited for our guest, Ladey Adey from the UK, to be on this platform to share with us how to elevate to the next level. What we've done prior to today is allowed you insight to her professional bio. And we've communicated that out on all of our social media platforms. But today, as we do always with our guests, we want to allow her to introduce who she is, what she does from her heart, and why it is important that you hear what she has to say today. Welcome, Ladey.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Beth. And it's a joy to be back. I think it says a lot when you give a presentation, someone says, come back. You think, oh, yes, we've hit something. I'm a woman of faith, and I just love it when God is in my business. And my business is to do with books, publishing them, writing them, and then creating opportunities for people to get together in the Book Academy too, which is a book club on steroids. So that's where I'm at.
Oh, I love it. And you know, when I reached out to you, just to touch base, and then one of the bullet opportunities was the comeback on the platform, you know, and I told you about this year at GCBN, we're focused again, as I said earlier, on elevation. And the way that we define elevation for Georgia Christian Business Network members and community is the continual ascension in your mind and aligning your feet to follow that path. And I know that you have some great insights on assisting us to facilitate this opportunity for our members, sponsors, and the GCBN community to experience greater levels of elevation in their business and in their life. Help us today. How do you want to jumpstart? I know you have a presentation, a slide deck that you want to share, but we want to make it interactive. As we always do over on the Facebook side of the house, if there are opportunities that you have questions, input, chat them in there. And I'm sure Lisa or Dr. Jess will get them over to us. And we would like to know what's on your heart today. But Ladey, what do you have for us?
Right. Well, I can start with the slideshow and the presentation, because, I mean, I just listened to God when you said you wanted to talk about elevation. So I think there's some huge synergy on what I've put together. And we might not get through all of it. That's absolutely fine, because I've got it as a PDF, which you can send out to your members. And just stop me at any time and ask a question. Or if there's something that comes up in the chat, we can do that. So would you like me to share the screen, or how would you like me to go through?
Please, let's start there, because I love the slide deck, and Lisa has it already, and Dr. Jazz. So if they need to be able to get it out to the members later on, or do you want them to have it now? Would you prefer they have it now to follow, or?
Yeah, have it later. Be nice
later.
Nice.
Okay.
We're not quite sure how much we're going to get through, and it means that people can be with me at the time, because
exactly keep them present.
If you have it, you go forward and Yeah, you can't help it.
No, we can wait. We can wait. I'm sure they're listening. I haven't heard from them, but I know, I mean, some things you don't have to worry about, you know.
Excellent. So, yeah, I mean, as business people, and I don't know how many people in your membership are purely business people and how many are professionals or just aspire to run their own business, but aren't
Well,
there.
I'd say about 80% are business owners or aspiring entrepreneurs. There's another 15% that I say that are straddling the fence, that have a leg in corporate and a leg in their own business. And there's another 5% that are business professionals that are welcomed and want to be a part.
Right. Okay. Well, but it's elevating your work lifestyle, whether you're a professional or a business owner, however you like. But can people see these slides? Okay. Because I just wonder, because obviously I can't see what people are seeing. So I don't know if anyone can say in the chat that they can see it all right. Whether that be worth just a thumbs up somewhere from your people.
Right. Lisa, can you all see the slides? Are you able to see the slides? She lost us for a little bit, but we came back, is what she noted. So I'm pretty sure it may have been when you were trying to share your slide. So she'll let us know, but continue. I'm thinking they are fine now. She would let me know.
Right. Well, a definition of to elevate is to be lifted or to be risen to a higher, more important or impressive level. So it's quite interesting that that is, you know, the core part of your motivation this year. So just, oops.
Now something, what was that?
The ping was just me trying to change the next slide.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So my question is, who holds the most elevated place in your business? Would you like to answer that, Beth? Who holds?
Oh my God. You know what? That would be God for me. That's an easy for me. That would be God. He holds the most elevated place in your business. But you might want to unpack that a little bit more for someone that's saying, who is that? And maybe trying to identify someone, you know.
It is very much putting God in that center, because quite often we think, well, it's the CEO or it's you know, whoever is the founder or the chair, but actually God is the number one. And if you can remember that, then that will help to elevate your business. And by doing that, you have to humble yourself. So just taking this quote, because God loves us and he wants us to be successful in what we do. We are his children and we serve a rich and royal God. So why wouldn't he want us to be exalted? So I just bring this because when we're in business, we get pulled down so quickly and so easily with, you know, problems and challenges we have. And he's just saying, put those to me because I care for you and I will exalt you in what you do. So a quick question. Are you self-motivated or are you God-motivated?
Wow.
Lots of people go, well, I'm self-motivated because I can get things done. And it's just saying, yeah, you can, but God can do even more. If you can just let yourself die a little, but let him be in control and be in control of your workplace, particularly. Sometimes it's harder if you're working with people who don't share the same values, but it doesn't matter because it's about you and your relationship with God, and he will push you through, sometimes in some very surprising ways. So
don't you dare use back it up. We have to talk about this slide. I love it. And the opportunities here are vast because there's so much. This thing is packed here. And those of you that are on Facebook Live, chat about this, if you will, because what you've just introduced to us is such an opportunity for us to get a win in our businesses. And this is the opportunity. Self-motivation or God motivator, because the end result is going to define what you really are. If you're self-motivated, you're going to get some opportunities, they'll come. But as Ladey is telling us today, if you're a God motivator and that your desired outcome is a win for God, OMG, oh my God, he is going to blow your mind. He's going to exceed your expectations, because when I'm driven from a self-motivated standpoint, the opportunity is I'm trying to what? Promote self? Is that what you're saying to us, Ladey? You know?
Yeah, I'm just saying that we miss something when we're just self-motivated, because we haven't got that extra core. We haven't got the Holy Spirit working in us on our behalf and opening the doors of opportunity that we can't even imagine. We think it's answers, but actually, when we're God motivated instead, so so much synergy happens. People you meet that you would never expect to meet suddenly come across your doorway. And it's just like, wow, it's a very exciting time to be in business, I think. And it's even more exciting when you're in business with God.
I've just fallen in love with that one. You continue, but I love that slide.
Thank you. I did a quick Google and I found there's 100 Bible verses about knowing yourself. And the part of motivation, a part of elevation, is you've got to know yourself, and we're all so unique. So I've got this, for you to go and find those 100 Bible verses yourself. But Jesus does tell us that we have to know ourselves. And if you know yourselves, then you know how you operate. You know you're good and you know you're bad. God knows everything, so there's no big surprise to him anyway. But that means you can really work on your strengths, because you might be somebody who gets motivated by having rewards and carrots, or you might be somebody who needs that kick, and it's that kick which tells you, actually, hands up, when did I do these slides? This morning. So, I'm more on that kick rather than the carrot of, the pleasure of actually having the presentation all done weeks ago and then I can just flow. No, I wait for the kick to come in and like, heck, if I don't get it done, Beth's going to go, excuse me, where's the slides? So what are you? Where are you in that whole area? So I don't know. So when you know yourself, there's things you can do. You know how you can say no to people, which as people of faith is one of the hardest things to do. We think, if I'm going to be a good Christian, I have to say yes to everything. And that's not necessarily so. Also, you need to be able to keep God's purposes for your life and work as your core. Because when you start to drift, and we all drift, I know you love your golf. I know there's a whole lot, but when you're golfing and you're setting off from that tee, you've got the flag in front, and that's where you're going. If you could just do that straight line, get your hole in one, it'd be perfect. But we don't, we go off. And it's exactly the same with our faith journey. We take little detours, which we perhaps shouldn't. We follow areas we shouldn't. We have to keep being dragged back to that flag, to that hole in one, which is God. And then it's knowing your strengths and knowing how to work with them, which comes down to your mindset. What is your mindset in business? How much time do you put into discovering that about yourself? Because he knows our ways. There's a reason you've been born the way you are. There's reasons you've had experiences you've had, because God gave us free will and he made us completely unique. You're not like the next business person. You're not even like the person who's working in your business. If you've got colleagues, you're all very different. And God says that is the way he designed it, because he wants those differences to come together to hit the goal of what your business is about. So that's where I'm going with this. But to do that well, you have to know yourself. Good, bad. You don't have to share all your bad stuff to people, but you have to know, so you know when you slip into that, how you pull yourself back and be the best person God wants you to be. You're on mute, Beth.
Okay, the opportunity right now is for us to share a comment from Facebook that fits and ties so deeply into this. Winter D says, man, it's so important for us to let go of our desires and hand them over to the Lord and watch what he does with them. It takes the opportunity from what you're saying to understand who we are, to know yourself, to be able to say, you know what? I'm operating out of self-motivation here. I need to be motivated by God. So I'm going to relinquish, release, reset, and allow God to drive this thing, and to me to follow the path that he lays out for me. Oh my God. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing that. This is really good. One thing that Lisa made a comment, she just hit on that mindset again. I think all presenters have mentioned it in some way or another over there. For the past, that was a note more to me than anything, because everybody is talking about mindset. I agree with you 100%, Lisa. It's a matter of mindset. And I'm going to let you continue because I know you're going somewhere with this. And if we can just get our mindset to the point of, I'm still back there on that slide, self-motivated or God motivated. If the outcome of what happened, if we get God motivated, we don't own the outcome. We don't have to worry about the outcome. We don't have to. We relinquish it to God. But ours is to be so connected to God that as he drives and as we follow, we'll know what's next for us to do. And like you said, opening up that array of opportunities for us. Keep going, lady. Oh my God, keep going.
I mean, there's a lovely book out there about God being the CEO of your company. And the thing with God is he doesn't reveal what the end is. So you might be thinking, oh, I'm going down here and I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that. And he goes, we're going to do this instead. And it's being prepared to go, okay, I don't know the answer, but I'm going to trust enough to go forward. And each of you will have your own story about that. So I'm looking at the in or on your business. And I put this together because you've probably heard of the in being in your business or on your business, but you perhaps don't know the or your business. So when anyone says, oh, are you in your business or on your business, you can remember this time and think, oh, there's an or as well. But let's quickly look at what in your business and on your business and then all your business means. So in your business is about working in your business when you're managing the time as it is today. And there's nothing wrong with this. In fact, you have to do some of it. People think, oh, we can't be in my business, I need to be on it. But actually, you need a bit of both because you have to have balance. And I think of it a little bit like tent making, like Paul did. There's times he had to sew his tent to get to the money or to get whatever he needed to go to the next step. And it's the same in your business. You have to have your eye on the finances. You have to do the filing, even if it's just sorting out your email and your inbox. You have to file the things and you have to get the fundamentals down. Because if you're running your own business, the buck stops with you as to putting this all together. And you can outsource, and that helps. So you can have a VA, you can have a bookkeeper, you can have somebody working on your HR, you can have somebody doing your social media. But ultimately, you need to know a bit about every single thing so that you know your business is being portrayed in the way you want it, that your reputation is being upheld and you're hitting your brand. And the purpose for your business is happening. Your mission statement, your vision, everything business-wise is going the way that you wanted it to do and the way God wants you to do. The on your business is when you invest time so your business can be better tomorrow. So this is more your strategy and your sales and your specialism of your unique business. And it's where streamlining all of those activities for success, because the whole purpose of business is to be successful. We want to be profitable. We want to serve the community. We want to serve our clients and our customer base. And that is good and proper, because it's quite a privilege to run your own business. It's quite a privilege to get to a professional standing where you are elevated, and it comes with a lot more responsibilities. Now, I'm whizzing through these because each one of these I could take and talk for an hour on. But when we're looking at the or, remember, in your business, on your business, or, the or is very special because only a few people have this bit. And it's or working your business by spending time with God about your work. So it's time within that business day for prayer. It's the petitions you put to God. And it's the answer of the prayer and those petitions that you have to recognize and thank him for. And it's praising him. And it's praising him when you have really difficult times in business, when the clients and customers aren't coming as readily as you would like, when your bottom line is going nearer the red rather than the black. You still have to praise God and know that he is working with you on this particular venture and helping you make the right decisions when you need to. And they can be tough decisions too. But this or God within your business, not everybody has that. And some people even compartmentalize their business. I do my business, I'm in it and I'm on it, but my God bit, I do that on a Sunday. I do that in other ways. And they keep it very, very separate. And what I'm saying to you today is keep the or, because that's a choice. God gave us a choice. It's our mindset, whether we have God in our business or not. No one's forcing us. It's a pure choice. But how much richer your business is when you do have prayer, petitioning, praise, and any other P you might come across.
Wow. Wow. This is so outstanding. I'm just so trusting God for the enlightenment. This is what happens when you pray. It really, really does. Because the or, honestly, I've heard, are you working on your business? Are you working in your business? And I've heard great accounts of each one. This is the very first time that I've been introduced to the or. And it is so powerful. Just continue. This is wonderful.
Thank you, Beth. Part of business is planning, is setting goals. And we probably know this particular verse from Jeremiah very, very much. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope at the future. That includes your business. That includes every single thing you do, your personal life, your spiritual life, your business life. And if he has got plans for this, why aren't we listening? There's a question for you. And a business, it can be your professional journey. It can be you're not quite there yet. It doesn't matter. You still have to carry God with you. You might be working with a lot of people who don't share your values, but you do. And it's still, you don't have to evangelize necessarily when you're out there, but the fact your actions are being delivered because of your faith, it will show and it will shine through. So I thought I'd just throw some very quick plans for you because I wanted to give you something to take away. And then we'll go back to almost the mindset. Is that okay, Beth, to do that?
Yes, please, please.
Sometimes we think of business plans and writing goals, and we think that it's a huge document, it's a huge big thing. I want to say, let's keep it simple. Let's just go, God, what are our goals? And can I get it down on paper? Can I have it in front of me? And the thing about God and goals is that they're always a bit bigger than us. They're bigger than what we can imagine. So they can be slightly out of reach goals. And rather than having to work everything out, you just simply put your big goal down there, your 5-year, 3-year, your 1-year, and your 90-day goals, what it is that you want to achieve. And then once you've got those, you can then start working out what you need to do to make sure they work, to make sure that they can't become real. So I do this with my authors. I say, okay, your big goal is to write a book. Fabulous. But where do you want that book to be in 5 years' time? Where do you want it in 3 years, 1 year, 90 days? Because until we put those steps in place, we can't realize the goals. And 5 years just disappear. And we're still thinking, oh, I haven't got that many readers. Oh, it didn't do this and it didn't do that. Well, actually, setting your goals and having God behind those goals will get you there, whatever your business is or whatever it is you want to do.
So, and how do you feel, Ladey, about actually putting them on? I know we're technology driven, but I heard Lisa Muth say on the Small Business Friday Nugget, and I so love this, is there's something to still writing on a piece of paper. And every year I create a calendar and I print it out. I locate a calendar online, a monthly calendar, 1 to 30 or 31 or 28, whatever, all of the months of the year, 12-month calendar, I print it out so that I can actually write on that thing. And sometimes I have to write things out. As much as I've got calendars on all devices that I have, still is something about putting that thing on paper. Do you agree?
I do.
Okay.
I do. There is something about having something you can hang up on the wall. There's something that you can have nearby that's tangible, and it makes it real, makes it very real. And it means you can talk to people about it. You can have conversations. You know, someone goes, wow, that's a pretty big goal you've got there. How on earth are you going to achieve that? Well, actually, I'm breaking it down, and this is what I'm going to be doing. Would you like to help me? Would you like to be involved in it? And that is part of the magic of making things happen God's way. This slide is just another way, a visual way of doing exactly the same thing as the business plan, because we have to look here. Not everybody wants a full, I mean, how many people got business plans? Hopefully a lot of you. How many do it once a year and then never look at it again? How many of you have your major goals pinned up around you so you can see them every day and go, yeah, I am on target for this? So with this one, same information, just presented differently. And then you put what your goals are and then in the now you'd write in there what your sales goals are, and then what you want it for the next year and the next year, what profit you would like, how your marketing is going to work. And then you just add even more of these little, I suppose, looking more wheel-like. So you're looking at these spokes now, and you make those what you want so that you know, actually, this is what I'm working on now. And in a year's time, I want it to move to here. And then you can keep revising it and measuring and then go, yeah, look where I've come. So that I just wanted to put that in because goals and planning help our mindset to keep on target. And you need that to move to help your staff, to help your employees, to help those you're working with, to all do what it is your business is set up to do.
Wow. This is awesome. Totally awesome.
I'm just throwing things in for mindset now because mindset kind of changes. It changes with our culture. And at the moment, with the digital age, which you just mentioned, Beth, we have to be visible. Because if we're not visible, who knows what our business is? Who are going to be our customers? We have to tell people in the way, share with them, to tell them the stories, to make them attractive to our business and to become our clients. And I mean, I love networking. I think that, but it doesn't work for every business. And you have to find the right network and the right network that works for you. And who's in the network that's going to, that you can say, how can I help your business? And then people say, well, you could do this for me. You go and do it. And then they go, wow, that was wonderful. That it was just, I wasn't expecting somebody to do that for me. Is there something I can do for you? And that to me is what networking, referrals, developing relationship is all about. And I just, go ahead.
Yes, and I like that. It's a spirit of cooperation. And in business, that's been said, dog eat dog world, the opportunity is I'm trying to advance, but we don't go back to the foundation. What I believe is what you make happen for others, God will make it happen for you. And we get too caught up in a myopic view of winning and elevation. And I love this. Lisa keeps sharing with us and bringing to recall the mindset. That's the whole thing that I'm talking about when I say a continual ascension in your mind and aligning your feet to follow. Now, when we ascend in our minds, excuse me, it should be based upon God's word and the truth of God's word. Listen, we're spiritual beings, and the opportunity for elevation for those of us that believe the truth of God's word is to follow his strategy. You're talking about networking as a marketing strategy is so important that we understand our networking is quite different in presentation than those of the world. And I love this because this is so what the whole purpose of why GCBN exists, to put God back in business because of utilization of these techniques that you're presenting to us today are rarely used and referenced because it's not the course of action that aligns with what the world says. And that's who God is. He's unique.
Yes. And he doesn't work the way the world does.
No, but he gets the results even better, what you were saying earlier. But we rarely, that's why we're trying to infiltrate what you're saying. Oh my God, thank you. Please continue.
Yeah, I mean, that is what makes a difference. So, in your business planning, you don't, if you're doing a lot of work with people who have not got the same faith, and that is absolutely fine, and it's the majority of people too, then you can use values that God has given you without, just without saying this is in the Bible. You still use the words, but you are clever with it. You make it very clear where you stand just by your language alone, your language. I work with authors. In the contract I have with them, I make it very clear we will not publish anything on the non-fiction side with swearing in it, because we think that is not good with God. We won't publish any fiction work which has got blasphemy in it, because it doesn't fit with our core values. So we utilize what we know and believe is true. And if people say, we are in a privileged position, I have to say, that we will say, actually, if you don't wish to agree with this, that is fine, but we are not the right publishers for you. So we're saying to God, you bring the right customers to us, we'll work with them. And if we happen to have somebody who doesn't have the fit, we're able to say, well, I think you need to go somewhere else. And so we're not pressured in having to service every single person. And being
that is a trust factor there. That if you uphold the truth of who God's called you to be and walk in that, you don't have to compromise for the business. You have to foundationally trust in the Lord with all of thine heart and lean not to thy own understanding. And all of your ways, if you acknowledge him, he'll direct your path in the way that you should go to be able to experience the provision that he's provided, because you're honoring, first of all, is not your vision, is his vision, that you're working it out. You're that vessel that he is using. And if you will protect the vision that God has placed within you and walk that way, not compromise, to say, and I love the core values. You've got to know what your core values are, because if you don't have a standard, you'll fall for anything, if you don't have a standard and you don't lower your standard, you challenge people to come up to your standard. When you lower your standard, in a minute, you continue to lower, 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 and eventually, guess what? There's no standard.
Yeah. And you know that because that quietness inside you disappears, and you kind of do know it's able to recognize that.
Yeah.
God won't, the Holy Spirit won't stay around when you go to such an extent, and he won't bless your business either when you make those really poor decisions and become more self-motivated rather than God motivated. So it comes back to that. But have you noticed how God changes things, how he uses the culture we're in at the time? And he's always current, he's always future. He's not about doing things the same old way, the way we've always done them. And he's innovative. So for that reason, I would say keep your business fresh. I thought, when I was speaking to Beth a year and a half ago, I was talking about book publishing and being an author. I had no idea that the Book Academy was going to come to my mind. Had no idea that that was going to be a way that I was going to move the business. So always be aware of what the new ideas and initiatives can be, and then follow those through. So I've just got some extra ones. I just thought quotes are always great fun. So have your favorite inspirational quotes. Can be from the Bible, can be others. And have one that you make up yourself. What would be your quote? And then share it with people. Mine is, you're never too old to ride the carousel. That's what I love, carousels. And the other thing is, when you're in business, you have to make the ask. You have to ask people to come on the journey with you and allow them to say, yes, they would love to, or actually it's not quite right for them. So one of my asks is, my book is Successful Business Networking Online. Beth has been wonderful in promoting it in the past. We've just done a revised edition, and you can get it on Kindle just this week for $2.99.
Oh my gosh. Awesome.
It will be going up after this, after next week. I have a LinkedIn network, and we meet a second Monday of the month. I put the Greenwich Mean Time because the zones always like, oh my goodness me, I always do my head in. But it still might work within your time, because we're only 4 hours. We're 4 hours behind. 5 hours is different. But if you would like to join that, you'd be very welcome. And this is just a free group for networkers, mixture of people, Christian, non-Christian. So that's what we're set up there. And the other thing is the Book Academy. I have already got a few Americans who join. So when we do meet, we meet in evening hour time. So it's afternoon for you. And there's a special discount for GCBN members. And if you would like to go to the website and join, you just need to put a coupon in which says special, because you are special people.
Awesome.
And just put special in and you'll get $10 off the price. And it works out, I don't know, because it's in pounds in my head, but maybe less than $20 a month. And from that Book Academy, you will learn to write better. And you'll learn to read book. But only come if you're an avid reader. Only come if you're a creative. Only come if something is in you about writing, because we look at words and we just love words. And I get to talk about books and you get to talk about books. So that's ours. Now, if there's one action from this presentation that you can take and do, then I know your business will be elevated. So, and if you would like prayer, just contact me and I'll be more than happy to pray for you and your business anytime. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lisa, we need to get the wheel spinning, because we want to reimburse the first 2 people that are interested, according to the criteria that you spelled out, lady, we want to refund you once you've registered for the Book Academy. We want to reimburse you. If you're interested in joining her monthly book club, that's really a book academy that's gonna, if you have a desire to write, if you know there's a book inside of you, I love your background. She said, is there a book in you? And you know you're called, and maybe you're not to the point where you're God motivated to write it, okay? So the opportunity here is that we want to encourage you while we bless Ladey. We want to say, we want to sponsor your first month. You got to register first. Send us a receipt or something, or either just tell us, because this is the honor system, if you will, that I've registered. I'm on Ladey Adey's Book Academy list. I'm going to do this on a monthly basis. Let us know. And the first 2 people that do that, we want to sponsor you. Lady, if we don't have any takers, that'd be unfortunate. But guess what? We're going to still send it to you to be able to gift on some of your social media opportunities as the first month free. So we're still going to bless you, and we hope to bless either a GCBM member or someone in our community to be able to experience this. And honestly, I have to tell you, I've gotten invites to this, lady, and I apologize to today, I actually heard it, okay? And so aside from what we're doing there, I would be a third person, to be able to join in and be a part of that. It's a monthly opportunity, I believe, for you to come, glean, learn. And I feel that it'll drive me towards that God motivation to release those books. And I do say books that she says, is there a book in you? I'm saying there are books I know in me. If before I can get one out, there's another one. But the opportunity is that we're going to help you. We're going to jumpstart you to be able to move forward. It's called elevation. Yeah. And we want to help you with that today. Lady, what do I say? What can I possibly say to you? How outstanding. How God-centered. See, what I heard is nothing but Jesus is all over this. And those of you that are listening on Facebook, the opportunity, and thank you so much for joining us, Adula, today. And I hope I didn't butcher your name, but thank you so much for joining us on Zoom today. And those of you that are on Facebook Live, we appreciate you, your faithfulness. But now is the time for us to move forward in the things of God, because there are people that need to hear, they need to hear what God has placed within us. And he's called us on purpose, specifically for a specific purpose. And we have to deliver on that. Do you agree, lady?
I do. I mean, there's so much in the Bible. There's so much where God is saying, I want to bless you. But you have to do something first. You have to take those steps forward. It's all about action. When God sees you being prepared to do something more and have him there, then things happen. And it's miraculous. No matter what's happening in our world today, and there's some terrible things happening, disease, war, all of that happening every day. But we know that he is in control and he will see us all through it.
And now you're going to make me say what I truly, truly say. I coined this phrase. I'm pretty sure I did this one. God has a plan and we are a part of it. Whereas all of that is happening all around us, I don't believe that God has exempt us from moving forward in the things that he's called for us to do. See, the opportunity is this. is we need to deliver on our part. We can't control everything that is all around us. There are some opportunities that we might have a positive impact on the words that we choose to speak towards those things, the prayers that we deliver. If God tells us to send money, send the money. But most often, and more importantly than anything, is that God has called us on a course of action that is for my lane. And if I walk in that lane, I am doing sufficiently what God has called for me to do. We want to go over here and we talk about what's happening in the country, and we should be concerned with a godly concern, but our concern is God. Outcome belongs for you. It's okay. I give you permission to stay focused on what God has called for you to do. I heard Joyce Meyer say years and years ago, this may have changed, but when I was at her event once, I heard her saying, Dave's drive is about this nation. It was US, and he prays all the time. And she was like, God, I don't be praying about all that all the time. And she said she got a freedom and a deliverance that God said, that's what I call Dave to do. And just like he told Peter when he was all in somebody's business about, well, what about him, God, talking about John? What is going to happen with him? That's, what? Can I be real, lady? Can I say it like this? That's really none of your business. Your business, and I don't mean it in an ugly way. Your business, your focus is on what God told you to do. And it is important and it is impactful, because it's not only going to impact the lives of those that he has assigned to you in your sphere of influence, but it's also going to be a blessing for you as well, and those that you love and those that you're concerned with. I'm just so, girl, lady, you have put a fire under my feet today. If no one else, I get it. I understand. I get it. Okay. This is wonderful. Any comments, Lisa, that we need to address? Don't forget to put that special SPECIAL, all caps, I'm thinking, the way you presented it, when you go to register. And Lisa, do you have the information printed there over on Facebook? Let me just send this to her and see if we can get this over. Let me see, maybe. Okay, let's see what we got. It's all there, links, everything. It's already there. So I'm trying to figure something out, and she's already done it. Why do I even attempt with that girl? She is so awesome. I just love her. God is so good. Lady, I'm just excited, the challenge to the book club. Okay, so we're good on comments and everything. Listen, we just are honored that you've been here with us today. Adula, thank you so much for joining us as well, and all of our faithful friends over on Facebook Live. What I'd like to say at this point is Georgia Christian Business Network, we're such a outstanding organization. And you probably say, Beth just brags on GCBN. Where's her modesty? Well, I retain my modesty because it's not about me. I'm bragging on God. God's doing this thing. We're just the vessels that he's chosen and allowing to serve him in this aspect through Georgia Christian Business Network. So therefore, I can tell you how awesome GCBN, because God's just that awesome. The opportunity for you is to get connected to success. Come be a part of this. If you've been listening and receiving blessings, it's time to pay the bill. It's time for you to connect with us. Join our network. This is stuff that we're going to do for free anyway, but there are also benefits to membership. There's opportunities where you can get behind the scenes training 4 times a year. And don't say, well, it's Georgia Christian Business Network, I can't be a part. Listen, we have members, corporate sponsors, Guardian Plus sponsors that are in Dallas, Texas, that are in Jacksonville, Florida, that are in Missouri, provider sponsors. And we have all over Georgia. My virtual assistant lives in Warner Robins, Georgia. This is a great opportunity for you that are interested, that can identify, and that are ready to embrace putting God back in your business, to come join support. We're about a kingdom agenda, and we want you to be a part of the GCBM family. In fact, I'm just going to put it like this. We need your support to put God back in business. Our nominal membership is just $159 a year. Please join our network. Visit our website. Lisa's already put the information out there. GCB, as in Georgia Christian Business, network.com. Opportunities for you to be able to be a part of the great work that we're doing. We're like Nehemiah. We're doing a great work and we won't come down. Our Wellness Wednesday platform, we address the whole person. We believe mental health is mental wealth, and we purpose and we position you for greater success on Tuesday with opportunities like bringing Ladey. And she's invested her time. You know, she's coming from the UK. She's got a slight cold, I'm telling you. She didn't tell you that, but she's still here because she's committed as a supporter, as a community partner, even globally, to support the work that we're doing here at Georgia Christian Business Network. And so we want to thank you again, Ladey, for being on our Take Charge platform. But as quickly as we follow on Tuesdays with nuggets, business acumen to help you grow your business, we turn around and we bring on Rich Oswald, who is a licensed counselor, and then Pamela Bridgman Bartell, who's a licensed clinical social worker, to come in and take the platform. This month we have a guest, Jenny Smith. She is a GCBM member, and they're talking about grief and unfolding all that is under that umbrella of grief, and how to remove obstacles and hindrances that stand in the way of you elevated. And so then there's always that Small Business Friday noon nugget. There's great information and opportunities for being a part of and a member of the GCBM family. So please consider joining us. Also, remember, God Golfing Girls, yeah, registration is open. One day, Ladey, you're going to be over here. She golfs, y'all. We have talked about some things before the pandemic. Didn't work out, but I believe God has a plan and it's just a matter of time. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Any last words, Ladey, at all that you'd like to share?
Just this is a wonderful, wonderful network. And I just thank God for the opportunity to meet you and to meet members. So thank you.
Awesome. And expect that you'll hear from us about the Book Academy and our registrations. It'd be a total 3 with mine. But we want to see who's interested, and we'll support their first month. We wish you well. I'm headed your way later this year, God allowing. I'll be in touch. Yeah, God has a plan and we are part of it. I've received an invitation, and we're hoping to be able to make that happen this year. So I will be in touch. Okay. So God bless you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to just be connected with God and what He's doing in your life and how He's blessed in our lives. God bless you. Take care. We'll be in touch.